So welcome to corporate Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, press on my screen. You can chant with me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuktapadagammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaditam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान विथांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome to Bhagavad Gita. We are reading from the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We completed 25th verse, so you just go there. Okay, so in the 24th verse Krishna says ahami sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvena chayanti. So in this chapter, he's opening his Bhagavata and he's saying that actually he's the only enjoyer, the master of sacrifices. And when he comes, people think that Krishna is also another common man or something, historical person, a cunning person, cowherd person, romantic person. People have many definitions for Krishna, but when Krishna defines himself, he says, "I am the enjoyer, master of all sacrifices. I am aham bija pradapitaha. I am pita also. I am mata also. I am uh, Pitamaha, grandfather also, everything." So Bhagavad Gita opens up the biodata of Krishna. So in this section, we read this point, and we were reading, that there are many devatas also who are also Ishwaras. Like Shiva is also Ishvara. He controls basically. He controls the mode of ignorance, the destructive mode of the world, and Brahma is the engineer. He creates, secondary creator. He is not the primary creator but the secondary creator. So they are also Ishwaras. Ishwara means they have tremendous power, but Krishna is Param Ishwara. Now many people worship the devatas, and Krishna says they are worshipping me because these devatas are my chief ministers and cabinet ministers. So if somebody is serving the cabinet minister, they are indirectly serving the prime minister, and Krishna is the prime minister. It's like that. So he says that is avidhi purvakam. Okay, avidhi purvakam means done in a wrong, indirect way or a wrong way. Why he says wrong? Because these devatas are are not permanent devatas. Okay, they change every night. Brahma sleeps, everything gets destroyed. Next day morning he gets up, then he creates again. Every manvantara devatas change, so they are not permanent people. Like, there is election every 5 years. So so Krishna is the only permanent person here, and he is the only supreme, and he can give moksha, and he can take you to Vaikuntha planets uh where his loka is there. Loka in sense his kingdom is there, his basically place is there, his home is there. And that place, one when one goes, never returns. Uh, there is no death over there. There is no death over there. Okay. So Krishna is the only eternal person, and we are eternal, and we have a relationship with him that is also eternal, that can never be broken. So therefore Krishna says, if the goal is to get out of this material world, to stop this cycle of birth and death, you have to approach me. But there are those who are, very much interested in being happy in this material world. So they approach the devatas. Okay. So therefore he says it's a wrong way to do that, because you are first of all not knowing about your real goal, and second thing, you are worshipping for temporary pleasures. The devatas, whatever gives, is temporary only. This life or maybe next life. That's it. Nothing for throughout. Okay. So that's why he says it is avidhi purvaka. So we'll go here. So now what happens to those who worship the devatas? What is their goal and what is their next destination? Yanti deva vritta devan pitram yanti pitravitah bhutani yanti bhutyajya yanti mad yajino apimam. Those who worship the demigods, actually we did this also, 25th. Okay, those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors will go to the ancestors, and those who worship ghosts and spirit will take birth, and those who worship me will live with me. So we have to look from this perspective. If we live with Krishna, our life is eternal. But if we live with the devatas, the ancestors, ghosts and spirit, it's a pretty temporary place. Let me show you. So this is, long life of Brahma, of which we are looking only in one day. One day has night and day. Only in the daytime there are 14 manvantaras. We are in one of the manvantara. Okay. In one of the manvantara, we are in one of the 1,000 cycles of Divya Yuga, that is 4 times. In that also we are in Kali Yuga at the very start. Okay. At the very start of it is where we are 5,000 years ago. It is still to go 4,32,000 years. Pretty long time. So the point is, so many yugas keep happening. Okay. And we come here on this earth planet, do some past activities, we get credits, we go to upper lokas, Swarga lokas, one of them, be there for many many years, again come back once the credit is done. It's like a pig, it's like, we go for vacation and then we again come back to the earth. We work here, we earn the past credits, then if we don't do good, we'll go to the patalas, and if we do something great pious activity, we'll go to the Swargalokas. So this going up and down, up and down, up and down is going on. Okay, this up and down is going on. Now Krishna says you can stop this up and down by taking to spiritual life and chanting the holy name, which will, okay, that picture is below. Huh. Which will take you out from the earth, pierce the Brahmandas, the periphery of Brahmanda, go through the Brahma Jyoti and reach the Vaikuntha planets. This is permanent place. And this is temporary place. Karana ocean and material world, this is temporary place. So this is the greatest benefit of going to Krishna, which no devatas can give. See, devatas have their place in this 14 planet system. Indra stays in Indraloka, Shiva stays in Shiva has many places. One of them is Kailash. Brahma has his own loka, Brahma loka, that is called Satya loka also. Okay. And then there are Patalas, Sutalas, Talatalas, Mahatalas, Rasatalas, Patal. All these planets are there. And we are in Earth. Even on Earth, there is outer Earth also. There also person lives for 10,000 years. Here on this Earth, right now we are living, maximum we can live for 100 years. So maximum we can live for 100. So the point is, if one understands that, we are just going up and down like a Ferris wheel, and we are sometimes experiencing happiness, sometimes we are experiencing suffering. So our idea is to be in a state of complete happiness, right? That is our idea. That's what we are always looking for. We don't want a diseased body. Does anyone want a diseased body? No. So we are looking for a healthy body. We are looking for that, and that also healthy body for permanent. Never get sick. So our aspiration should be to go beyond this world, right? So yeah, people need to come to this aspiration. Okay. So we are in 25th verse we did. So yeah, that's the greatness of going back to Krishna and living with him. That you never come back from there. Okay. So 26. Yeah, we had just started this now. Okay. Now going to Krishna, what all we need to do to Krishna? Right? Somebody saying, you have to go to, let's say, America. You have to get the visa, you have to pass the interviews, you have to tell your reasons. If you're going for MS, you have to give exams, get good marks in it, get an invitation from the university which says that you can come, show that to the US consulate in the interview, and then they will give. So pretty hard work is to be done, right? Just to go to some place. Even if you go for vacation, you have to do some hard work. What is that? Let's say you're going to vacation to Darjeeling or Uti. What all, how do you prepare? Can anyone tell me how do you prepare if you go to Uti, Darjeeling, hmm? Such places, Korg?
Yeah, we need to book travel tickets, stay
Yeah,
there.
we start looking,
Yeah.
what all tickets are there, which places are there, we make this. So there's some effort, right? There's some effort that we need to put, then we get some result. So
Yes,
now we
yes.
will see, Krishna is saying, you come to me, you stay with me. Okay, what is the effort then? Some effort will be there, na, to go to Krishna. So Krishna only says, what is that effort? So this is a very wonderful verse. This verse will tell a lot of things. So, patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti uparidam ashnami prayatatmanaha. So Krishna says, to do my bhakti, you have to do four things. You offer these four things to me with love. Bhakti. Bhakti is always done with love, with affection. It is not a transaction in a restaurant where you pay 500 rupees and then you expect, that you should be served. Bhakti is something like you are at home and your mother is serving you food, or you are serving your mother and father. That is never done on a transactional basis. It is done out of love, and it is done selflessly. So these things Krishna says you have to do selflessly, you have to do with love and affection to me. What are these things? Patram. Patram means what? These are very simple words that we also use. Patram. Patram means what?
Leaf, leaf.
Leaf,
Yeah,
Leaf.
yeah,
Okay.
tulsi leaf.
Yeah. Pushpam. Pushpam means
flower,
Flower,
flower.
full. Yeah,
Phalam. Phalam everyone knows. Phal.
fruit,
fruits.
Fruit. Toyam. Toyam is water.
Yeah.
It is water. So Krishna says you offer me any leaf. Okay. Krishna recommendation is tulsi leaf, right? But he didn't specify it here. So technically any leaf can be offered to Krishna. Pushpam, flower. Recommendation is what Vedas say you should offer fragrant flowers which smell good. But Krishna doesn't even restrict that. He says any pushpa is okay with me. Even a cauliflower will work. Phalam, fruit. Any fruit is okay. Generally sweet. Okay. But any fruit, technically any fruit. Which fruit was offered to Lord Ram by Shabri?
Bear, bear.
Berries.
Bear.
generally these berries are not very sweet, right? They're kind of sour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you see, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, he accepted also. Any fruit is fine. Toyam is water. Anyone will have water, right? Everyone has water. They need water, and before drinking water, they can offer it to Krishna and take it. If they do it with love, Krishna is happy. Getting? So now the thing is, the effort is very, very small, right? What is the effort in offering water to Krishna? Is there any effort? Do you need to be a rich person? Do you need to be qualified? Nothing. Water is everyone's need. And Krishna is saying, if you offer that with me to me in devotion, in love, I will accept it. Same thing with pushpa, phalam, patram, leaf, flower, phalam. Everything is easily available, right? So to achieve, or let's say, to please Krishna is very, very simple. It's not at all complicated, isn't it? No, that is one.
Prabhu,
Yeah, go ahead.
Prabhu, actually, so all this belongs to Krishna, and he is the creator of all the material.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what makes us to offer him back
Hmm.
again? So it all belongs to him, right? Actually, like so. So
Right.
why he expect
So, yeah, yeah, yeah,
us to offer him back again?
right. So, is he expecting the thing? No, right? Because he made
Oh,
it.
no. No, Prabhu. Yeah.
So, what is he expecting?
He is
Our
expecting,
bhav. Our
yeah,
bhav.
Yeah.
bhakti.
So when we offer, he is expecting our love. The
Okay.
thing is not important for him. The love is important for him. Now we can experience this in our day-to-day life also. You know, our parents or we ourselves as parents, do we expect anything from our children? No.
No.
But if they give us something, we will cherish it. Or we will give our parents something that they will cherish it. Why? It may be simple thing also. A flower or something very simple, like a handkerchief. But they
Okay.
will cherish it. Why? Because it is done on the level of love. It is done on the level of prema, affection. So the affection is what is cherished. The thing is not cherished, the affection is cherished. You're getting? And that is something Krishna doesn't have. Yes or no? You cannot force affection from other person. The other person has to offer his affection to you, isn't it? You understand this
Yes.
point?
Yes, Prabhu.
So
Yeah.
so so Krishna made all these things and he made us also. We are also part and parcel. But we
Yes.
have free
Yes.
will. And he's person, we are also person. In in to be happy, right? Our relationship should be very good. There are many ways to be happy in this world. Lot of money, resources, everything, so many things. Servants, this, that. But there is one thing that is very, very necessary, which which is independent of whether you have it, whether you are having a lot of money and resources, or you're not having a lot of money or resources. That is one thing you need to have to be happy in this world, and that is good relationship. If we have good relationship with family members, good friends, if we have, then that is enough to be happy. person may be very rich, but if he doesn't have good relationship, anybody with his family, nothing, then he'll be miserable, right? This is a open fact. We can see that, isn't it?
Yes.
Whereas there are many poor people, but they have very good relationships and they're happy with whatever little they get. They're happy. Why? Because they have loving family members surrounding them. So, what is more important? Loving family members is very important actually. If we have that, then whatever we may lack, it won't give us so much headache. But if we have a lot of things, but if we don't have good relationship with any other family member, wife, children, it will give headaches like anything. That's why sometimes we hear some fights are going on in very rich families. And do we think they come in their Mercedes, their Royal Rolls Royce, and do we think they're happy? They're happy coming to the court and figuring out what the justice will be given in the court. No, they're not happy at all. They themselves say this. So so then one may say, do we need material things like money, resources, etc., etc.? Do we need that? See, if according to one's karma one gets it, one should not
Mm.
get carried away with it. One should still understand that um, what its real place value is. What its real place value is. Like I'll explain. You have heard about this place value, right? If I write 8, number 8, what is the place value of 8? Tens.
Tens. Yeah. Oh.
If I add 1, 8, 8 is at tens, 1 is at hundreds, right? Now, like this, I can make a big number. On the left hand side, the place value increases. So, we should be able to know where the place value is of the material things versus relationship. And we will find it is somewhere here, not at the edge of it, but it's neither on the left edge. So, somewhere in the middle, it is there. That much we need. But place value of relationship, happy loving relationship, where there is trust, there is affection, there is mutual respect, that goes on to the highest place value. Okay, otherwise
Okay.
person will be miserable, even if he may have crores and crores and crores of rupees. Miserable, if he doesn't have good relationships with his family members, especially with the family members. Okay, now coming back to our point, where were we? Yeah. So Krishna has everything, and he has us also. Okay.
Mm.
What he doesn't have is our affection. That is a free will he has given us. It is your free will to love me. And Krishna, he also has free will to love us. And that's why we call him Dayalu. Dayalu means he's merciful, he's all merciful. Whether a person is atheist, theist, Rakshasa, Asura, Devata, he loves everyone unconditionally. He's impartial. But one who goes towards him in love, Krishna reciprocates with the same love, more than that. Therefore, he's called Bhakta Vatsala. Vatsa means child. So just like a cow may protect the calf, Vatsa, Krishna will protect his devotees. And what the devotee give him? Did he ask anything like goldum, silverum, platinum? Huh? Did he ask for diamonds? No. What is he asking is very simple thing. Starting from water. Even if in the desert one will still need water, right? And you have to offer that water with love. That is enough. Okay. So I hope you got the answer.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
So Krishna is actually not needing this. What he needs is this bhaktya prayachati. And he himself shows this. What happened is once he visited Vidura, and Vidura was like very surprised to see Krishna. Vidura was devotee of Krishna. Though Vidura was of the age of his father, still Vidura knew that he is the supreme lord, and he would treat him like that. So it is said that his wife gave the banana for Krishna to eat. But it so happened that they were in so much of surprise and so much of emotion that instead of giving the banana, she gave the peel of the banana. And Krishna ate the peel of banana. Generally, who eats the peel? No one eats the peel except the animal, right?
Yeah.
So, Krishna said, Phalam, they didn't give phala. They gave the outer covering of the phala. And he accepted it. Why? Because they were in so much of love and affection for him. Pushpam. Now, Pushpam, generally people offer flowers, right? When Gajendra offered the flower with his prayers in the air towards the sky, okay, Krishna considered that he has called me. So he came to save the elephant. So that is Pushpam. In the air he offered. Now, wherever the Supreme Lord is, take it. Patram. Once, Krishna was sitting on a tuladhar. Tuladhar, that according to one's weight, some grains will be kept or gold will be kept, and then that will be donated like that. So all the wives of Krishna, uh, they were putting all their gold, silver, everything, but somehow Krishna's weight was not becoming equal to it. At that point, Rukmini came and she kept only one leaf of tulsi, and then suddenly Krishna became weightless. He rose up in the tulabar. Now, did tulsi's leaf was so heavy? Huh? Is tulsi leaf
No.
heavy? No, right?
No.
No, no, Prabhu.
So what was heavy? What was heavy that Krishna made himself light? It was Tulsi's devotion for Krishna. That was heavy for Krishna. In front of it, he made it light. He made himself light. So like that, Uh, and then another way to look at this verse is that Krishna takes vegetarian food. There is no andanam, chickenam, muttonam, fisham in this. Therefore, we cannot offer anything non-vegetarian to Krishna. Okay, and other shastras they say that we should not offer decomposed food and onion, garlic, and which is and foods which are there are fungus in it, like mushroom or something. So that is another way to look at this. If anyone says, why are we offering food to God? Why only vegetarian? You can point out this 9.26 and you can say, okay, he asked for vegetarian only. Is it that he's restricted to eat vegetarian food? No. He comes and nursing a Bhagwan. Okay? Half man, half lion. He can eat anything. But for our sake, he restricts it to vegetarian food. Why? Because here the papa is very less. If we kill any animal, the papa increases. So Krishna doesn't want us to do too much papa. And in this, when we offer to Krishna, he removes the papa of it. Whatever little papa is there of even killing a plant, that is also removed. Okay? That is another way to look at it. Another way to look at this verse is Toyam. When the devotee cries to Krishna, he makes his heart like a flower, his bhakti like a fruit that Krishna can taste. Patram like a leaf, his hands become like a leaf. And Toyam are his tears. Then he accepts it. That bhakti he's looking for. So like that, this one verse has multiple ways to look at it. Okay? Okay. So we go further, spent a lot of time here because it's a wonderful verse. Any question?
No, Prabhu. So this is like uh, so by this we are this is the means by which we show our love to Krishna.
And to anybody also.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So if someone comes at home also, we should offer these four things.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is another way to look at it. Practical way. It is said that according to our strength, we should offer things. So a poor person may not have all these things. So at least it should offer sitting place and water.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why in our culture, anybody comes, our parents used to say, "Hey, at least give them water. Go, get water." Right?
Mm, yes,
So
Prabhu.
that root of this is coming from this shloka. Okay. Okay, I didn't read this. Okay, if which one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, water, flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be Krishna conscious, engaged in transcendental loving service of the Lord. Okay, we have to be engaged in a transcendental loving service. So there is a loving service. See, if you go to any holy place, punya sthit, punya, what is it?
Kshetra.
Punyasthal, Punya Kshetra or Punyasthal. You will see the Lord is being bathed in the morning with water, with not with, first with water, but first with milk, then dahi, then honey, then with tulsi leaves, then with water. He's cleaned everything. So that is all loving service. You're taking care of the Lord as if He's your son or daughter, isn't it? You give bath to Him. So it's Abhishekam. It is called Abhishekam. It's like bath only, right? You do it out of love. When you give bath to your own child, you do it out of love or not. Similarly, Abhishekam also has to be done out of love. So that is the transcendental loving service. So it is a service. It is a seva. So we have to be always engaged with that. And one of the ways of engaging it to every day is to just offer these four things. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, which is very easily to be achieved. Krishna is not asking gold, silver, nothing. Patram, any leaf. Technically, any leaf will okay for him. Okay. So point is we need to be engaged in loving service of the Lord in order to achieve the permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required at this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. Shuddha Bhakta. Our bhakti should be Shuddha. It should not have any ulterior motive. We know this story. Um, before the war, before the war, Arjuna and Duryodhana they meet Krishna, right? And then Krishna says, I saw Arjuna first. So let Arjuna ask why he's come from. But Duryodhana said, oh, no, no, I had come first, so I need to ask. Then Arjuna said, in this war, um, I want you, Krishna, to be on my side. Krishna said, I am not going to fight. I will give my army. Do you want my army? Arjuna says, no, I don't want your army. I just want you. Okay, I'm not going to fight. Then I'll become your Sarathi. And then Duryodhana said, okay, what is remaining? Army is remaining, I'll take it. Internally, Duryodhana was very happy. He was saying, what a fool Arjuna is. In war, you need army, and you are only asking one person only, Krishna, and you are not taking his army. What a fool he is. Uh, so those who come to Krishna, they have ulterior motives. And therefore,
Prabhuji, one interruption. Who asked first, Arjuna or Duryodhana? I got a little mixed
so
up.
Duryodhana came first.
Yeah,
Duryodhana came first, but he sat near the head of Krishna.
yeah,
And Arjuna came later, but he didn't go near to Krishna. He was standing at his feet. So when Krishna opened his eyes, he saw whom?
Arjuna.
Arjuna. So Krishna thought Arjuna came first. So he said, Arjuna, you came first, you ask.
Mm.
Duryodhana said, no, no, I came first. But Krishna said, I saw him first. So let him ask.
So who got the chance, Prabhuji?
So then
To
Arjuna
ask
asked.
Arjuna. Okay.
He told Krishna, you be on my side. Okay, so that is one story that Duryodhana had ulterior motives. Another story is even before the war, there was these negotiations happening. The Pandavas were supposed to have their kingdom back. And Bhishma told Duryodhana that their Vanvas is ending. We didn't catch him. They successfully went through this Vanvas without getting caught in the last 1 year. So now, according to your promise, you have to give their kingdom back. But Duryodhana said, whatever happens, I'm not going to give. So Bhishma said, you are forcing war. So before that war, there were many negotiations. Once a Brahmana went, once this relative went. At the end, Krishna said, I will go. Because the Kurus, they respect me a lot. And Pandavas, you love me a lot. So he went. And Duryodhana came to know Krishna is coming. So what he did was he gave his own palace, or actually he gave Tushana's palace for Krishna to stay. And he arranged a lot of very good food. Amazing arrangement was made for him, more than 5 star. When Krishna came, he knew what was in the heart of Duryodhan. What was in the heart of Duryodhan? In the heart of
Wickedness.
Duryodhan,
Yeah. He's
Krishna,
influencing Krishna for his side. Yeah.
he didn't want to give the kingdom. Second thing, he wanted to kidnap Krishna. By kidnapping, he can then blackmail the Pandavas that I will kill Krishna. Hmm? You have to give up your demand, or else I'll kill Krishna. That was his ulterior motive. But Krishna is Paramatma, so he knew already what is there in Duryodhana's heart. So he rejected everything. He rejected the palace. He rejected the food, and he said that I am not your friend, and one doesn't visit who is not your friend. So I will go to my friend, and he went to whose place? Vidura's place. of the story that I told, na, the banana story. That thing happened. So coming back to our thing, pure devotee doesn't have ulterior motives. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so is that even a leaf or a little water or a fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love. See, genuine love should be there, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional state life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. So here is the answer. What Krishna wants: loving service and nothing more. Now, how can we serve? We give the same thing back to him. If you go to Ganga or if you go to Godavari, Kaveri, and you're doing that, you know, river puja. How do you do that river puja?
Yeah, now I understand, Prabhu.
Yeah, we offer the same water
Yeah,
back to it.
yeah, we take it and we offer it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. So now you got it.
yes,
So
yes, Prabhu.
Krishna
Yeah,
accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. From a non-devotee doesn't want. Like I told you the story of Duryodhana. He is not in need of anything from anyone. I think last time I told you the story of Kanakadas also. He was offering
uh,
the water which was which washed the rice, or when the rice is cooked, the foam. Previously, there were no pressure cookers, na. So they used to boil the rice, and then a white foam gets collected, in the top of the vessel. So that one would throw away. That water he was offering to Krishna and then eating it and drinking it. When the devotees came to know this is a pure devotee, for him Krishna turned 360 degree or 180 degree. I think 180 degree turn. Um, they thought Krishna doesn't like what they are offering. Krishna likes the water. So from that time, that water is also part of the offering now. Boga, Naivedya. So because he is self-sufficient, he is not in need of anything because he is self-sufficient. Yet he accepts the offering of his devotees in exchange of love and affection. See, our parents or we as parents don't need anything, right? But if anything is offered to us by our children or we offer to our parent by their own money, if you remember, whatever you offered to your parent, it was by their own money only.
yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So to develop Krishna consciousness, so that is nothing but exchange of love and affection. It is not exchange of money. It is exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna. No other conditions such as becoming a brahmana, learned scholar, very rich man, a great philosopher can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. So if you want to induce somebody, you have to offer love and affection. That's why when you go to any relative or something, that relative can serve you even more than the capacity that you have eaten. And you will accept it and you will eat it more. Reason? Because he is doing it out of love. Even if your stomach is full and if he offers you more rice, you are going to eat it. Isn't it?
Yes,
The reason is the rice is not the issue. The issue is the love. The love is so strong that you cannot say no to it. So that is called an induce. So you can induce the Lord to agree to accept it from anyone if the principle of bhakti is there, if that love is there. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute truth. See, bhakti is action, okay? Bhakti is action. It is service. It is seva. Sometimes bhakti is defined, as emotion, but emotion is expressed in action. Okay, so the real love is expressed in action. So one nice story comes to my mind. In Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna says, um, there is this LIC thing, na? Um,
Yogakshemi Vahami.
Yoga Ksheme Vahamya. Yeah, one of these words. I think it's going to come here only. So what that means is, I will give what you lack and I will protect what you have. So once Akbar came to know that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying like this, that he will personally give. So he asked Birbal, hey, how is it in your scripture it is like this, that he will, the Ishwar will come and do it himself? Birbal said, I'll explain you, but not today. And then once, the son of, once they were sitting in near a pond or something like that, body of water. Okay. Then it so happened that somehow Birbal made the son of Akbar to fall in the water, and the son of Akbar didn't knew how to swim. Now Akbar was looking all this, that his son has fallen in the water and he doesn't know to swim. What did Akbar do? Akbar ran towards the pond and he himself jumped and saved his son. There were minimum 30-40 guards there. He could have told one of his guard to do that thing, right? But he didn't do. He did it because it was his own son. And then Birbal asked him the same question. You had so many guards here, you could have told them to jump. Why did you jump? Akbar said, what are you saying? This is my own son. I will do it myself. Then Birbal said, that's why. For a devotee of the Lord will come personally. Then Akbar understood that though the Lord can send his servants to do the job, but for his pure devotee, he will come himself. Anyway, so yeah, service is important, okay, and then Krishna will come on his own. He'll personally come. So here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals what type of sacrifices he desires to be offered. Okay, what type of sacrifices he desired? Does he desire any Ashwamed Yagya or Go Yagya, where a horse or a cow is killed? No. He's simply saying Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Lord in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendent loving service of the Lord, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. What is his desire? One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants and avoids offering anything which is undesirable, unasked. So meat, fish, eggs are not offered to Krishna because it is unasked. If he desires such things as offering, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly said, a leaf, water, flower, water, and given to me. And he says, this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, egg, vegetable, grains, fruit, milk, and water are the proper food for human beings and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such food. If somebody is in love with that person, he will offer what the person likes. If he doesn't like something, he won't offer that. It's like that. In the third chapter, Krishna explains that only the remains of sacrifices are purified and the fit for consumptions by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of material entanglement. Okay, so now whatever is offered to Krishna, Krishna eats it by his eyes. Okay, he eats it by his eyes. His any sense can do act of any other sense. That is not the case with us, but that's the case with Krishna. He eats it twice. And all the bhoga that we offered becomes prasad. That prasad is free from material entanglement. It's free from the papa of even killing the vegetables or the plant. So those who do not make offerings of their Lord, they say in the same verse, are eating only sin. So if it is not offered to Krishna, then it is papa. In other words, we may be eating sin. In other words, their every mouthful is deepening in their involvement in complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture of deity of Krishna, and bowing down and praying to him to accept such a humble offering enables one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body and create a fine brain tissues which lead to clear thinking. Okay, it helps on material level also. It creates nice brain tissues, gives us strength, nourishment, and on spiritual level we purify our body from the anarthas and we advance gradually in our spiritual life. Above all, offering should be made with the attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food since he already possesses everything that be, and he will accept offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element is preparation in serving and offering is to act for with love for Krishna. So this love is very important. Okay, affection, love is very important. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse. So there are these impersonal philosophers who say the supreme lord is nirakar, nirgun. So for them the meaning of nirakar and nirgun is that he doesn't have any senses. But for a Vaishnava, it means that he doesn't have material senses, he has spiritual senses. A senses where any sense can act like any other sense. His eyes are used, through his eyes he is eating. For us, that is not possible. So to them is either a metaphor or proof of mundane character of Krishna. So they think this is Krishna is also a normal human being only. But no, but in actuality, Krishna, the supreme Godhead, has senses and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of other. This is what it means to say Krishna is absolute. Absolute means what? In mathematical term, what does absolute mean? Minus 1 is also 1, plus 1 is also 1. So any sense is interchangeable. It means the same. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulences. Okay, Krishna is full of opulences. That means he should have senses also. Otherwise, he's incomplete. In the seventh chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. He is done by looking upon material nature. Okay, he's having babies just by looking on the material nature. Is that the process in human that husband looks at the wife and the wife becomes pregnant? No, it's a very different process. But for Krishna, if when he impregnates, he just looks upon the material nature. Any sense can do any other activity. Okay, and so in this instance, Krishna's hearing the devotee's word of love in offering foodstuff is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His absolute position. Okay, minus one plus one is same. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as described himself without interpretation can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. Only a devotee can understand this. An atheist will say, yeah, I don't think that deity made of stone or wood is eating. Anyway, the food is still there on the plate. How did he eat? What did he eat? Only devotee will understand this. He will be only able to keep a faith on this. When Krishna says ashnami, accept, he will accept it means he will accept it. Only a devotee will believe in this because he will have practical experience also. He will have practical experience. Okay, okay, we can complete this verse also today. Now, this is another very important work. Okay, first thing he said food. Now he said we work also, right? Now, how can you offer the work? So he gives this shloka. Next one. Yat karoshi yat ashnashi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva mad arpanam. Whatever we do, we offer it to Krishna. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer and give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O Kunti, as an offering to me. Offering. This word offering uh, is a very small word. Technically, it means you offer it with love. Hmm? It is not just offering, offering money, you just give it. No, it is with offering with love. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstances. A, a Vaishnava Bhakta has he molds his life in such a way that he follows one guideline. What is that guideline? Never forget Krishna. And okay, guideline is actually like this: always remember Krishna and never forget him. This is the guideline of a devotee. For that, he will change his daily activity, his everything, so that this rule is followed always. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together. And Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live, therefore, he should accept the remnants of food offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me, and that is called Archana. You go to temple here in South India, everyone does Archana, right? Archana means we are doing for Krishna. We are offering that. There are various archanas. One is Tulsi Archana, one is water Archana. So what are we doing? We're just offering it to Krishna, right? Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna conscious movement. So an interesting word is used is money or surplus. Surplus. Surplus money is the money that is left when our whole maintenance is done. That part of that money you should utilize it for Krishna conscious movement. Nowadays people are very much inclined to meditation process, which is not practical in this age. But if someone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting Hare Krishna mantra round his beats, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Okay, we did two verses, but very important verses we did. It's 2 p.m. right now. Okay. So let's open up for some questions or comments. If there are any questions or comments, you can speak up. Can you see this picture?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, this is one thing I wanted to show you. It was not there, but in a pictorial format, we'll see. So on the left hand side, all our senses need something. Touch needs something to touch softly. Ears need some music, some nice music to listen. Okay. Eyes need to see some beautiful things. Tongue needs to eat like sweet things, right? Spicy things. And nose needs something nice, fragrant. But a devotee, what he does is he connects everything to Krishna. He through his tongue he eats only Krishna. He eats what is offered to Krishna. Through his touch, he serves Krishna, washes his vessels, does arati. Through his ears, he hears Vedic literatures, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Through his eyes, he sees the form of the Lord, the beautiful form of the Lord. And through his nose, he smells the flower which was offered to the Lord, which is fragrant flowers. So he smells that. And this is the way he keeps all his engagement Krishna conscious, spiritual. And therefore he doesn't deviate. He doesn't go. Here there is 100% he will deviate. He'll go to pop music, see some wrong books, eat something wrong, right? So this is how the devotee molds his life. Okay. Okay. Any question or comment?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. So we'll stop here.